Hello there. I'm in a really, really bad mood. I do not. I don't feel like messing with the mics or anything. So whatever quality this thing comes out as is what it comes out as. I don't feel like recording on the phone, even though the phone is better recording quality, in my opinion. Um, so what's going on? Who screwed me over? Did USA Truck screw me over? Did Stater Brothers screw me over? Did Clorox screw me over? Who screwed me over? So here's a situation. I'm going to tell you who screwed me over. And I'll let you try and figure it out. I'll tell you at the end who screwed me over. I picked up a load in Springfield, Oregon, paying $1 a mile. Some cheap crap for one purpose only. It was to get me to the LA market. The LA market has some of the best paying rates on USA Trucks load board in the entire country. $3, $4, $5 a mile rates. Now that's the full rate. I only get 65% of that. But I just had a load booked that was paying me at my 65% rate $2.77 a mile, going from LA. Technically, it was Redlands, California. It's the San Bernardino area. 277 a mile going to Salt Lake City. Well, technically, far west Utah, which is Ogden, which is north of Salt Lake. It's 700 miles, paying about $3,000. The load I took down here was a 1,000-mile load, and it paid $1,000. $1 a mile crap. I made almost nothing on that load. I was going to make 3 times that on a shorter run coming out of the LA market. Now, the only reason I took that cheap load was to get to the LA market so I could actually make some money. There are some bigger runs coming out of the LA market that are $6,000-$7,000. Let me check and see what's on my browser before I switch it over to the browser. Let's see what. So this is the Tracy, California market. We'll get back to this in a second. Tracy doesn't pay as well as Northern California doesn't pay as well as Southern California. It pays decent. It pays actually pretty good, but it's not the premium market that the LA market is. This is, 2,000-mile runs paying, over $2 a mile. And it's not going to New York City. So, here's one paying $2 over $2 a mile that's going to Maryland. What are these rates? Let me break out my calculator here real quick. What's the mileage on these? So the Aberdeen, Maryland is paying $2.28 a mile. The Illinois one's paying $2.39 a mile. Where's another good one? 9. So this Post Falls, Idaho's like upper threes. That's almost $4. That's probably like $3.60 a mile, $3.70. Let's see. 3,346 divided by 892 is $3.75 a mile. This is the Tracy area, and I'll come back in a minute and tell you why I'm looking at the Tracy market. Let's go look at the LA market. The Oregon market, I'm going to tell you right now, is $1 a mile crap. It is just a crap market. I'm not even going to bother showing you the Oregon market because it is just absolute crap coming out of Oregon. All right, Los Angeles. This is everything within 250 miles of LA. There were a lot of loads on here and they disappeared. Wow, all of the loads disappeared. So this one is probably the highest rate per mile. It's just going just right across the border into Arizona. 2182 divided by 397, $5.49 a mile. Let's look at the bigger mileage runs. Now that far west Utah, that's the one I was telling you that I had. They took that load off of me, so it's back on the load board now. 2738 divided by 692, $3.95 a mile. Now, all these rates that you're seeing, that's the full rate. I only get 65% of that. Let's look at this massive one going to Louisiana. 5474 divided by 1802, $3.03 a mile on an 1,800-mile run. $3 a mile. And if I remember correctly, that was not a heavy load, 21,000 pounds. FA at the shipper, July 27th at 11 p.m. I don't know what FA means. So, because this is getting back over into the area where USA Truck operates, this is a drop. This is not a live unload. Everything that I've been dealing with over here on the West Coast, because USA Truck doesn't really operate over here on the West Coast, is all live. Live loads, live unloads. But that gives you an idea of the difference between the LA market and the Northern California market up in Tracy, Sacramento, Oakland, San Francisco, Lathrop. That's the northern market. The southern market is LA, San Diego, San Bernardino, Redlands, Fontana, all those places. Now, the Northern California market is a solid market. You can get good rates up there. The LA market is a better market. You can get like $1 a mile more in the LA market. $3 a mile. Like USA Truck is known for having really crappy rates. Like they're not as bad as a lot of these places you can lease onto, but they're not like anywhere remotely close to like a Landstar or a Mercer. Landstar and Mercer, you look at their load board in the LA market, they're probably almost double what USA Truck is. That's what I would suspect. Maybe not quite double, but they're going to have much better rates than USA Truck's load board in general across the entire country. So USA Truck's load board doesn't pay the best, but the LA market on USA Truck's load board pays pretty damn well. The main reason that I came out west was to get one of these like $3, $4, $5 a mile runs that was like 1,500 miles that paid $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000. Let's go back here. How much did that LA one pay? The Louisiana? $5,400. There have been bigger loads that I've seen on there going all the way to Georgia, all the way to Florida, paying $2.50, $3 a mile. $6,000, $7,000. I think the biggest load I've seen on there was $7,000 or $8,000 going to Florida. I would go all the way to Florida for $7,000, $8,000 and deadhead out to Alabama or something to find a load. I would be willing to do that. So that's the situation I'm in. Like I came out, I took a load from Kansas to Portland, Oregon, that was paying okay. It paid decent. It was like $2 a mile. It's 1,800 miles, and it paid like $4,000. I think the total that I made on the load was about $2,700, even with fuel surcharge, because they did BTF fuel. Clorox on the way they have their account set up, they do BTF fuel on the fuel surcharge, breakthrough fuel surcharge, which is like 8 cents a mile, 10 cents a mile fuel surcharge. It's really cheap. It's like half of what normal fuel surcharge is. It's a huge ripoff. So screw them. But I took that load, with the plan to go from Kansas to Portland to LA and then back east. That was my plan. Well, I got to Portland and I had a breakdown. So I spent an extra week in Portland. But once my breakdown was over and done with, it was the weekend. And there's no damn loads on the weekend. So I spent another 4 days waiting on loads to pop up on the load board before I could finally get out of Portland. And I finally had a load pop up, a San Bernardino load, to get me down into LA. So I grabbed that load to get me to the LA market. It pays $1 a mile. It's break even. It just covers my fuel cost is all it does. It's a terrible load. And then I was going to grab a load headed out east to get me back out of LA and get me, back over into the normal operating market of USA Truck. I was going to try to get, a nice big run. So that was the plan. Was decent paying load to Oregon, break even crap to LA, and then really good paying load back east. That was what I was hoping for. And this is what happened. The load that I picked up in Springfield, Oregon to come down to San Bernardino was a Clorox load, Kingsford, charcoal briquettes, max weight load. This load was like a really, really, really bad, crappy load. I just heard a bong. Where's my phone at? Somebody sent me a message. Give me a second while I find my phone. Set it up on my top bunk. This is probably just going to be a purely informational. Now they're asking for a lumper receipt. Just bear with me for a second here. They didn't give me a damn lumper receipt. They should have a record of this transaction through ComCheck, through ComData. Like, I didn't pay cash. I didn't need a damn receipt. Just a second here. Where the hell's the option? There it is. View sent documents. Now this is like even more drama. I haven't had to get a lumper receipt unless I paid out of pocket. That's the only time I've ever had to get a lumper receipt. This is kind of pissing me off that they're asking for one. So I get this is a really bad load, charcoal briquettes. It's a max weight load. They overloaded me. I had to drive 12 miles to scale the load, and it was heavy in the nose with my tandem slid all the way to the front. I was 1,000 pounds overweight on my drives. Went back. They had to rework the trailer. Finally, I get rolling. Had to drive all the damn way through California. There are some big mountains in Northern California, Southern Oregon. And there are some big mountains down in Southern California, the Grapevine, basically. Max weight load, going through all those mountains, burning the hell out of fuel. And fuel is $3 a gallon over here in California. I get here to Stater Brothers, and I have an appointment time of midnight, 12:30 to be exact. There's no notes on how early you can get there or if they'll unload you early or anything. I got there almost 10 hours early, and I just drove up to see if they would unload me early, to see if they took work-ins. And the security guy got upset. He said, everybody knows that you cannot be here on the property more than 30 minutes before your appointment time. Okay, I'll turn around and get out of here then. So that's what I did, and I parked alongside the street, in a legal place to park alongside the street about a mile away, and waited until midnight. Went back in there and had to go through all their hoops delivering to a grocery house. They have lumpers. You had to check in at the guard shack. You had to check in with the receiver. You had to check in with the lumper. They have a million rules. Typical grocery delivery. Grocery distribution centers suck. They didn't take like 4 hours to unload me like normal. They only took about an hour. It wasn't that bad for a grocery place once they actually started unloading me. They when I went in to pick up my paperwork, because they said just wait till the light turns green, then come back in and pick up your paperwork. I went back in to pick up my paperwork, and they said it's going to be a while on your paperwork because we have to get a supervisor to sign off on it. There was an overage. They said it was over 25 pallets. I said, really? 25 pallets over. And she said, yeah. And I said, okay, how long? She said it'll be about 10 or 15 minutes before a supervisor will make it here. And I said, well, let me step outside and make a phone call then and let some people know about this. I'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes. She's like, all right. So I went outside and started messaging driver managers, telling them I have a 25 pallet overage. And I said, but I have not gotten the paperwork yet. They explicitly said 25 pallets. And I repeated 25 pallets to them. But they may have been mistaken and meant 25 bags. But they refused it, and they put it back on the trailer. They said that they're not going to take it. So that started a chain of events of getting people aware of this overage at USA Truck. So I get back in there. A supervisor finally shows up, and he doesn't even look at the damn paperwork. He just walks over there, signs it, and walks off. And they say, here it is. Well, actually, like before the supervisor made it there, while I was still standing there, she called me over for something. I forgot what it was. She was asking me something. And I took that opportunity to clarify. I said, now, you said pallets. Are you sure that it's 25 pallets and not 25 bags that it's over? Because 25 pallets is like a lot. and she said, yes, it's 25 pallets. And I said, oh my God, that is crazy. And she said, yes. She said, we didn't pay for that much, and we're not going to accept that much. And I said, wow, all right. So, yeah, supervisor finally came up there, signed off on it, gave it to me. Sure enough, it says 25 pallets on there. Over 25 pallets. I still didn't believe it. 25 pallets. That's half. There were 52 pallets in the trailer. That's half the damn trailer. I still didn't believe it. I wasn't going to let the driver managers know that it was definitely 25 pallets until I pulled out of the dock and looked at the back of the trailer. So I'm pulling out of the dock, and somebody in the loss prevention department or whatever at USA Truck calls me. And she's like, hey, I have a whole bunch of information I need to get from you to submit this. And she started asking for a whole bunch of stuff. And she said, did you ever get clarification if it was 25 bags or 25 pallets? I said, I'm pulling out of the dock right now. And once I pull out of the dock and park, I'm going to get out and look in the back of the trailer and see if there's pallets back there or if it's 25 bags. I said, they told me, I told her, I said, I asked them to clarify if it was 25 bags, 25 pallets, and they said it is definitely 25 pallets. And on all the paperwork, it says 25 pallets. But let me look in the back of the trailer to be absolutely certain it's 25 pallets. So while I was on the phone with her, I looked at the back of the trailer and I said, yeah, it's 25 pallets. This trailer is still half full. It's double stacked pallets halfway down the trailer. Oh my God. And so I'm just at a loss. I'm like, so I answered all of her questions. There was one question that I couldn't answer, and it was, what's the item number on the bags? What's the item number of this item that we're over on? And there were no numbers of any kind on any visible part of the bags. And I asked her if she wanted me to pull one out of a pallet to look at it. She said no. So I said there's an MFC number on the bill of lading, but I guess they were wanting me to verify on the actual product to make sure that it matched with the bill. So whatever. So she got off the phone, and I went to a truck stop, parked. I get a phone call at like an hour after I fell asleep, 30 minutes after I fell asleep, because I'm on West Coast time and they're on Central time. So they get there at 6 a.m., which is West Coast time. It's 8 a.m. in Central when it's 6 a.m. here. So 6:30 in the morning, shortly after I went to bed, my driver manager is calling me, and she wants that item number. And she wants me to send her all pictures of the bill of lading and all the stuff. And I said, I scanned in all of those, all the paperwork you're asking for. I already scanned all that crap in. That's attached to the order. They wanted pictures inside the trailer of the product, and they wanted that item number. So I got out. I had to, pull the truck forward far enough that I could open up the rear door. And I got back in there with my camera, took pictures of everything, sent it to her email, and I said, there are no visible item numbers. I would have to pull a bag out of a pallet to be able to get an item number off of it. Do you want me to pull a bag out of the pallet? And she said, not if it's going to mess up the pallet. So I looked up at the top, and I could get the cellophane or whatever it is, and I could pull it up and grab a bag, and I just pulled the bag out without having to rip the cellophane. Threw it down on the ground and took a whole bunch of pictures of it, the barcode and all that crap, sent it off. She said that was good. So now we're past that point. Like 2 hours later, she messages me back. She says, yeah, you're going to have to take that back to Springfield, Oregon. It's going to pay you $1,300 to drive it up there. Plus BTF, fuel surcharge, breakthrough fuel. I said, are you fucking kidding me? That's break-even bullshit. I sent messages, like, I didn't cuss or anything, but I think I used the word crap. I might have said shit once, but I kept it as professional as I fucking could. And I said, I am not moving this for $1 a mile. I am not driving all the way back up to Oregon for $1 a mile out of the LA market. And she says, well, you can take it to Tracy instead for $500, which is also $1 a mile. And I said, I'm not moving this load for $1 a mile. I said, I'll just drive to Oklahoma City, and you can find somebody else to take this to Oregon. I'll drive to Oklahoma City without pay. So then she calls me. And she really pissed me off. I was already mad, and then she pissed me off because she blamed me for all of these problems. So who's at fault here? We have Clorox, the shipper that loaded the trailer, that sold the product. USA Truck is the brokerage. They are a direct broker for this load. They have a direct contract with Clorox. This isn't like a double brokered load or anything. Direct brokered contract freight with Clorox. You have me, the carrier, and I'm pulling stuff. Like, I'm not involved in any of these rate negotiations or contract negotiations or any of that shit. And then you have Stater Brothers, the consignee, the receiver, that purchased this charcoal from Clorox. Stater Brothers purchased 27 pallets of charcoal from Clorox. Clorox paid USA Truck to find somebody to move it. USA Truck found me, and I moved it. Clorox loaded 52 pallets into the trailer instead of 27. Probably hoping that Stater Brothers would just go ahead and take the whole damn load. And Stater Brothers said, hell no. And now, USA Truck is telling me my only two options are to haul this for $1 a mile to Springfield or Tracy. One of those two. And my driver manager just keeps blaming me, saying it's my fault for coming out west out of their normal operating area. So my driver manager got pissed off on the phone. She got frustrated with me and said that she would have her boss call me. Well, her boss called me, Brandon. I forget his last name. He's the director over independent contractors. He's, the top person. Really nice. He basically told me the same damn thing that LaDonna told me. Except this time he didn't blame me for it. And we went around and around, and I explained to him why I'm so pissed off. I told him none of this is my fault, and I am the one suffering for it. No one else involved in this circle jerk has costs like I do. USA Truck's getting their 35% to have somebody answer a phone for 5 minutes. I'm getting 65%. I have to pay for fuel. I have to pay for maintenance. I have to pay for breakdowns. I have my own personal time. Like, I'm spending days, several hours, if not days, moving this freight. They're spending minutes, maybe hours, and they don't have near the costs associated with it that I do. What is this? Why are they harassing me about this shit? Did you get a copy of the signed bills for what they did receive? I scanned in everything they gave me, period. Did you not see all that stuff I scanned in, question mark? Somebody named Celine signed it. I even scanned in the guard paperwork. Period. Do I need to email that stuff to you? Comma? Or are you able to see it on the order? Question mark. Just a second. All right, so here are the bills. Now, the guard receipt, the guard took that. I don't have that anymore. The only place that exists is the picture I took of it. Receiver's signature, verifying the total number of cases that they accepted, 1,287, signed by Celine S. Why the hell is my driver manager asking me if I have a signed copy? I've scanned this into them and sent it to them. It says right here, sending back extra 25 pallets, number 415116. That's some kind of reference number. So the piece count on this was 2,496. They only purchased 1,287. And that's all they kept. And they sent all the rest of it back. Here's the second page of it that has itemizations. More breakdowns of stuff and more information and stuff. Now my driver manager's just being a... I'm going to try not to use vulgar. I'm going to try to avoid name calling. She's just being difficult right now. She's probably pissed off because I basically escalated to her manager. I am pissed off about this. And still, I don't know when I can deliver in Tracy. Which, I haven't even gotten to that part yet. So, I talked with Brandon, and I vented, and he let me vent, and he didn't sit there and retort and tell me that it's my damn fault for going out west, and piss me off even more. So, I finished venting, and he talked with me about the contract. He said, unfortunately, Clorox is a really big company, and these really big companies have very detailed contracts about all of their rates in any situation that pops up like this one, and we can't charge them anything outside of their contract. He said what he can do is he can send a message over to his brokerage. He said USA Truck has a brokerage in Sacramento, and he can send a message to them and have them try to find me a really good load, either getting me back to LA or getting me over to Oklahoma City straight out of Northern California, something that pays really well. So he said he's going to have his brokers in Sacramento try to find me something. I don't really like that because I want to be able to pick my own shit. I don't want them just dumping something onto me. Because they tend to do what's best for them, not what is best for me. That's one of the reasons that I chose a company with a load board. Sorry, that's been whitewashed the whole time. I probably should have turned that off an hour ago. I chose a company with a load board so that I wouldn't have somebody else determining my fate. But now my driver manager is just being difficult. So Brandon told me the same damn thing LaDonna told me. The only difference between Brandon and LaDonna was that he was a little bit more cordial about it, and LaDonna got defensive with me. and she started blaming me, telling me it was all my fault. So whose fault is this? Is it Clorox? Is it Stater Brothers? Is it USA Truck? Or is it me? There are 4 parties involved. Who's at fault here? Pause the video because I'm about to tell you. If you want to think about it, I'm going to tell you who's at fault here. Clorox is at fault. Stater Brothers ordered a certain number of product, and Clorox put twice that product in. It's like you ordering something on Amazon.com, and it's pay on delivery. Let's say that you order, I don't know, 20 baseballs on Amazon.com, and it's check on delivery, COD, and you're paying $2 a baseball, so you're expecting to pay $40. You only need 20 baseballs. 20 is more than you need. It's way, way, way more than you need. And Amazon sends you 100 baseballs instead of 20. Well, let's do apples to apples here instead of just exaggerating. They send you 40 baseballs. So you're expecting to spend $40 on 20 baseballs, and 40 baseballs arrive, and they want $80. And you say, no, I don't need 40 damn baseballs. I only ordered 20. You can keep the other 20 and send that back. That's what Stater Brothers did. And Amazon in this is Clorox. So Clorox sent twice as much as Stater Brothers ordered. For what reason, I don't know. I don't know if it was a screw-up. The bill of lading has the correct item. You know, it's not like an overage in the respect where the bill says that there were only 20 pallets in there and there were actually 40 pallets in there. No. This says that there are 52 pallets in there, and there are 52 pallets in there, but they only ordered 27. So the bill is correct. Everything is correct. It's just that Clorox put too damn much in there. They shipped too much. This isn't... No one is at fault here except Clorox. And Clorox is not budging on their rate because they have a contract. They're not paying me any kind of extra. There's a sign in Stater Brothers that says, if you're over 30 minutes late, it's like a $100 fee. If you're over an hour late, it's a $200 fee. Now, I can't remember for sure what the first 2 fees were, but I remember what the last one was. If you are over 2 hours late on a delivery, it is a $500 fee just for being 2 hours late. That's the kind of shit that I have to deal with as a carrier. But when Clorox fucks up, I have to just bite the bullet and go haul this shit back to a Clorox facility at cost. $1 a mile crap, hauling it back to a Clorox facility. They really want me to take it back to Oregon. But USA Truck said I can take it to Tracy, which is only like 400 miles away. Oregon, Springfield is 900 miles away. It's a day and a half drive. It's a shift and a half, drive shift and a half to get there. So, you've probably figured out what it is that I chose to do. I chose to take it to Tracy, and I'm waiting to find out when the hell they are going to tell me when I can deliver it in Tracy. Because I'm ready to go right now. I only slept for about an hour. I have all my hours available right now. I only slept for an hour, but this has got my adrenaline going. I'm ready to roll right now. I might be able to drive all the way there, or maybe I'll drive part of the way there and want to stop and take a break. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do, but here's another issue. And right now, there are 0 fucks given. 0. I don't think they unloaded the entire trailer and then put the stuff back in. What I think they did was they just unloaded, and they were counting it as they were unloading it. And once they got to the point where they realized it was an overage, they just didn't unload the rest of it. Well, they did not down stack the pallet, the very last pallet. So right now I have a load that's not really properly loaded for transport. It's double stacked pallets, and at the rear, there's a double stack of pallets over on the right-hand side. They did not take that top pallet off and set it on the ground. So for anybody who doesn't know anything about loads shifting or properly loading trailers, forward and reverse movement is not too terribly bad. Forward movement on loads is a lot worse than rear movement. The acceleration on these trucks sucks. So you're not really, I mean, you can pull stuff to the rear, but it's not really, really bad. Some of the worst movement is side to side, because these trailers, whenever you're going around a turn, they have a whipping action, and there can be a lot of centrifugal force whenever you're going around a turn at 60 miles an hour, or 50 miles an hour, or 20 miles an hour, or 5 miles an hour. So the problem is that without having anything to the left of that pallet, the pallet's just over here. Now it's going to be reversed for you, so just reverse everything in your head. A double stack pallet over here, that top pallet, if I take a turn to the right that has enough force on it to cause a little bit of sway, then that top pallet can come off and fall over. Also, the bottom pallet can slide. And if that bottom pallet slides a little bit, and it's wooden flooring, so it's not completely even flooring, if it slides a little bit and then that pallet catches on some uneven flooring, then it can slide and build up a little bit of momentum, hit that, and it already has, some momentum or some centrifugal force of turning in, and it hits that, and then that top pallet will just come over. So I'm babying the hell out of this to get it over here to the truck stop, which is 20 miles away. I took the turns really slow, like 2 miles an hour on a right-hand turn. I've been taking all the right-hand turns incredibly slow because they didn't downstack that damn pallet. And there's no way that I'm going to be able to get that pallet downstacked anywhere. So I'm just going to have to drive it there as is. I'm going to be as careful as possible, but there's a very high probability that pallet is going to fall over. And there's going to be an entire pallet of charcoal briquettes fall. It shouldn't cause too terribly much damage. If it does fall over, it might rip open some bags. Maybe there might be 10 bags damaged. The only thing it's really going to cause a headache with is whoever has to unload this trailer is going to have to go stack all that back onto the pallet. So I think my driver manager is just being a smartass with asking me about the bills, because we've already talked about the bills. She's already verified that she received the bills, and she asked about that damn lumper receipt, and I told her I didn't have it, and I think her replying back asking, do you have the bills where they signed for it? I think that was her being a smartass. Did you get anything? I think that's what it was. I think she's pissed off at me. Well, I'm pissed off at her too. I'm mad already. There's no need to go and start being a bitch. I said I was going to try to avoid name calling, but I'm really, really pissed off right now. I don't even know what to say. This is costing me a lot of time and a lot of money. There are so many factors involved in this on it costing me money. Just one of many is the tremendous fuel costs. The fuel prices here, I'm going to have to completely, basically fill up now. I'm going to have to completely fill up at $3 a gallon fuel prices. Instead of just getting 60 gallons to get me out of California, I'm going to have to do another probably 1,000 miles inside of California. So I'm going to have to completely fill up. That is so expensive. 200 gallons at $3 a gallon, $600. That's more than this load pays me. The $500 rate that they're going to pay me to take this shit back to Tracy, that's the full rate. I only get 65% of that. I'm going to get like $400 on this load. And it's going to cost me $600 in fuel to fill up. My APU is broken. I am burning the hell out of fuel. So all the extra time, like if I can't deliver this until Monday, if I have to set all weekend, I'm going to burn something like 45, 50 gallons, or 40, not gallons. It's about 15 gallons per day, 15 to 20 gallons per day, because this burns about 3/4 of a gallon per hour with the engine running. It's like 15 gallons a day idling. So it's cost me like $50 a day on every day that I have to sit and wait at these astronomical fuel prices in California. So all this delaying me in California, keeping me running in California, like it cost me a tremendous amount of money. This is bleeding me dry. I'm just getting mad thinking about everything. This is so irritating. And the way that LaDonna worded it to me on, yeah, I'll have to check with Clorox to see when they can get around to unloading you. Whenever the fuck they can get around to it. You know, like I am the least of anybody's concern in this whole circle jerk. Like nobody gives a shit about me. And that really pisses me off. I am really upset right now. And I told them that I was about to drive to Oklahoma City with this load. And they said, if you do that, you're not going to make any money. And I said, well, I don't care. I said, they have a distribution center in Spring Hill, Kansas. I'll take it there. They could pay me $1 a mile for me to take it to Spring Hill, Kansas. She said, no, we're not going to take it to Spring Hill, Kansas. We're not going to take it all the way over there. I am upset. I'm really upset, and I'm waiting to hear. I don't even know what to say right now. When I got off the phone with Brandon, I said, hey, LaDonna and I were not able to come to a conclusion on what exactly I was going to do, whether I was just going to drive to Oklahoma City, or I was going to go to Tracy, or Springfield, or we didn't come to a conclusion on what I was going to do. So, could you have her let me know when I can deliver this in Tracy? Because that's what we'll do. I'll take this crap to Tracy, get rid of it. That's what we'll do. And he said, yeah, I'll have her. I said I need the address and when I can deliver it to Tracy. And he said, yeah, I'll have her get that to you. I told him, I said, you know what? I like LaDonna, but I mean, she's a good driver manager and I like her. But she got under she pissed me off because she kept telling me this is my fault for coming out west. This is not my fault. This is Clorox's fault. They put twice as much product in that trailer than Stater Brothers ordered. And now I'm the one that has to suffer from that. I have to haul this around the $1 a mile crap that I don't make any money on. And I have to go drive back up into California. And I'm going to have to, spend all the fuel on that. And I vented on him. And he handled it a lot better than LaDonna did. LaDonna, my venting irritated LaDonna, and she got defensive with me, and she pissed me off. Brandon handled my venting a lot better, and I calmed down. So let's look at the browser. Tracy, California. San Bernardino to Tracy, California. I think it's like just a hair under, 376 miles. I don't have an address yet. But I'm about to just hop up there and start driving in that direction. Stop and go traffic. The LA traffic, there's supposed to be a lockdown in California, and I'm not seeing it. LA traffic, the traffic in California is bad. Even at 4 a.m. this morning, I think it was 4 a.m. California time, West Coast time, whenever I was coming over to the truck stop, it's like 3:30 a.m. or something like that. The traffic on I-10 over that 20 miles was like, it was crazy traffic. Like, it wasn't bumper to bumper, but for 3:30 in the morning, damn, traffic was heavy. When I came through town at it was around 1:30, driving across the 210, it was stop and go traffic at 1:30 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon, on the 210, cutting across right here. This 210 right here cutting across, this was pretty much stop and go the entire 210 at 1 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. So this isn't like all the other cities that during the lockdown you drive through there and there's like nobody on the road. No, California under a lockdown, everybody's out and about. The traffic is really bad out here. So let's go over here and look at the loads that I'm missing out on because of this crap. So let's refresh Tracy. So this one's going to Vegas, and it picks up today. I can't take that. 27th. Well, actually, it picks up until 10 p.m. If they can unload me today, I could be in Tracy today. I don't know if I could make that delivery. I would have to like look at my hours of service and stuff, but that's not a great load. There's 2 of those. And then there's nothing until Monday. Like, these are not great loads. None of these are great. They're decent. They're okay loads. None of them are great. And LaDonna said that the load that they're looking for me, they're trying to get me to Arizona. I don't want to fucking go to Arizona. Let me show you the Phoenix, Arizona market. It's crap. I haven't looked at it in a week, but it's crap. Every time I've looked at it, the Phoenix market is crap. Well, I'm going to have to change my search because I have it only showing things over $1,200. Let's just show everything. They have one load over $1,200. It's $1 a mile crap going to Plainview, Texas. Oh crap! I have it set up at 250 mile radius. It might pick up some LA. Nope, it's not picking up LA. We're good. So a bunch of less than $1. 329 miles paying $200. That is really bad. Like, this is like atrociously bad stuff. This is 50 cents a mile. So if they get me a load getting me to Phoenix, I'm going to lose my shit because I don't ever want to go to Phoenix. Phoenix is a terrible market. Like, it's 50 cent a mile crap coming out of Phoenix. I don't want to haul anything out of Phoenix. So I'm upset to say the least. I think I'm just about to go ahead and just start heading to Tracy, California. I think I'm about to take off and just head to Tracy. I am so ticked off right now. Let's sit here and look at all the California loads that I'm missing out on. The LA loads. I should be sitting here looking for a load coming out of LA right now. And these are the loads that I have to pick from. This is one of them that I was going to take. $4 a mile going to Salt Lake. Oh, it's picking up some Arizona. This is that crappy load going to Plainview, Texas. This one going to Louisiana. That's a really good load. This load was not on there whenever I picked the Utah load. If this load were on there, I would probably snag this thing up. Let me think here for just a second. Lacombe, Louisiana. Why does it not have a... Oh, there it is. It just took a while to load. This looks like it's down by New Orleans. This is right on the Gulf. Yep. Basically, it's New Orleans. So that's quite a ways past my house. Where is it picking up at? San Bernardino. Smuckers. Let's see. Delivers on the 31st. 1,800 miles is not going to take me that long. I could swing by my house. Let's see what the route is on this. How far out a route I would go. San Bernardino. Was it Macomb? I forgot what the city name was. Lacombe. Lacombe. So 1,843 miles, and it does not have me going anywhere close to Oklahoma City. This is all going down I-10. Going up to Oklahoma City would be a huge out of route. It would probably add 500 miles. So, no, it's only about 150 miles, it looks like. Adds maybe 3 hours. That's not too terribly bad. So I just come out on I-40. I scanned in 3 total pages, period. I scanned in 2 pages, a bill of lading, and a security pass, period. I can still see all of them in the scanned documents. Is this thing still recording? Sorry. I am going to take pictures and email them to her. Where the hell is the compose button? There it is. Why the hell is this thing not auto-populating? I've already sent emails to her. I can't remember what exactly her email is. Alright, so I had to go look through my messages, get it pulled back up, so let's attach file. Yep. I don't have the guard pass anymore, comma, so I can't take a picture of that for you, period. I took pictures of the bills again and emailed them to you, period. All 3 of the scanned documents are showing attached to the load in the sent documents when I pull it up, period. I don't even know what to say. I'm about to start heading to Tracy. All right, let me think for a second on this. This doesn't pick up until Monday. So let's, so it picks up Monday at 11 p.m. and delivers (31st), Friday at 10 a.m. I am looking at a load coming out of the LA area. Let me reword that. I'm going to manually type in the load number because it's 570. Please get them to unload me ASAP, period. I want to be able to be back in LA Monday to pick up that load, period. As soon as you can confirm that they will unload me before Monday, I'm going to request that Louisiana load, period. So let me think here. San Bernardino to Tracy is 376 miles. I can't do it in 6 hours because they're doing averages based on speed limit. So I'll have to use a 50 mile per hour speed. And that's if I'm empty. I'll be able to average 50. If I'm loaded, I might be averaging 40 to 45 because of Grapevine. But how many miles is it? It is 376. Well, let's do 400 divided by 50. That's an 8-hour drive. Now let's assume that they are able to get me unloaded this weekend, and I can turn and burn. Let's see what's coming out of Tracy. I don't know if I want to do 250 miles. Let's do 250 miles and see like how much crap it pulls up. Henderson, so Vegas is like 225 miles from San Bernardino. I don't want to pull crap going over to she just replied with okay. I'm probably just going to have to deadhead back. Tulsa, Arizona. Do Do I have some type of advanced? Yeah, son of a. It still had. Yeah, that didn't make any sense. Like every load on here was like an expensive load. So let's clear the search filters. Yeah, let's just do 100 miles around Tracy. I don't want to be driving all over the damn place. We'll see what pops up with 100 miles. There's going to be a lot within 100 miles of Tracy, because Tracy's probably within 100 miles of Oakland, San Francisco, Sacramento, Fontana. Sacramento to Fontana. 70 miles. I would have to go 70 miles north. So this is, I need something that picks up on like the 25th. So there isn't shit that picks up until Monday. So there's no way that I can pick up something at 7 p.m. tonight. Yeah, there's, unfortunately, because this is a Friday, it's just, it just kind of sucks. I'm not going to be able to, I have plenty of time to grab a load and bring it back down here, but there isn't shit moving on the weekend. This is what I'm talking about weekends. You can't find any freight on the weekends unless you're picking it up on Friday. You have to get something that picks up Friday to be able to move on the weekend. There's very little options as far as picking things up on the weekend to get them other places. You can't pick up or deliver on the weekend in most cases. Very few loads. So yeah, there's nothing on there that I can pick up. So I'm going to go ahead and head up to Tracy, get them to unload me. Even if they can't unload me until Monday, I should still be able to make it back here by 11 p.m. So, okay, so she just replied to my other message. So the one message I sent was saying I don't have the guard pass anymore, so I can't take pictures of that for you. I took pictures of the bills again and emailed them to you. All three of the scanned documents are showing attached to the load in the sent documents when I pull it up. And it's spelled sent like as in the smell. And then the second message I sent her was, and she replied to okay. So when she replied okay, that's what she was replying to. Second message I sent was, I am looking at load number so-and-so. Please get them to unload me ASAP. I want to be back in LA Monday to pick up that load. As soon as you can confirm that they will unload me before Monday, I'm going to request that Louisiana load. So I'm going to get that Louisiana load, and I'm going to go through my house, and let's assume, let's do two scenarios. Because scenario number one is they unload me today, tomorrow, or Sunday. And I'm going to be able to come back to LA and sit here and have my full 10 available after I get loaded. Or I'll have my full 10 hours off. I'll have my full 11 hours of driving available as soon as they finish loading me. That's scenario one. Scenario two is they're not going to unload me until Monday. So after I get unloaded, I'm going to have to drive 8 or 9 hours down here, get loaded, and then I'm only going to be able to drive like an hour or two. And I'm going to have to take a 10-hour break. So let's look at those two scenarios and see like what my home time is like on this load. Oh, this is the Stockton crap. So it's, let's refresh and just make sure the damn load is still on there. Food ingredients, Smuckers, DSC Logistics. All right, so it picks up Monday at 11 and delivers Friday at 10 a.m. And it is pretty much 2,000 miles. So if I pick it up Monday at 11, driving across California is going to be like a 45 to 50 mile per hour average. It's a 21,000 pound load if the estimated load weight is correct. And it's a lot of mountain driving getting out of California. So I'm not going to have a really amazing average speed. But once I get into Arizona, the speed limit goes up to like 75. New Mexico is also 70, 75. Basically, I'm going to be driving 70 as soon as I hit Arizona. So for the first, I don't know, what's the distance on this? Let's do another one. San Bernardino to Oklahoma City is roughly 1,300 miles. So that's a drive shift and a half. So let's say my first drive shift, let's say it's 2 drive shifts. Let's say I can only do about 500 miles in my first drive shift, or 600 miles. Yeah, let's say I can only do 600 miles in my first drive shift because I'm going to be driving slow through California. And in my second drive shift, I'm able to do a full 700. So it's going to take me 2 full drive shifts to get to Oklahoma City. And then I'm going to have only 710 miles left, which I might possibly be able to do that in a single drive shift. I could probably do that in a single drive shift. I forget what the speed limit is in Louisiana. Now I can go 70 across Oklahoma, and that's going to be cutting it really close. That would be cutting it really close. That is over a 70 mile per hour average, and the speed limit for me is going to be 70. So 70 mile per hour speed limit across Louisiana. I don't think they have a truck speed limit. So it's 70 in Oklahoma, 70 throughout most of Texas, and then 70 in Louisiana. So I might, maybe, be able to make that. Let's see what kind of time frame I'm looking at. So let's think about this. All right, where's the Oklahoma City? Right here's the Oklahoma City one. All right, so I pick it up at 11 p.m. Let's say they finish loading me by, let's say I get out of California by 2 a.m. So 12 hours driving, because I'm going to stop for fuel in Kingman, and I'm going to have to take a 30. Kingman will probably be my 30, so maybe it won't be 12 hours, but we're just going to do 12 hours. Make sure OBS is still recording the right screen. So, okay. So, 12 hours in the first drive shift would take me from 2 a.m. Tuesday to 2 p.m. Tuesday. 10 hours off duty takes me to midnight. So, Wednesday morning, 12 a.m. 12 more hours driving, and that is noon Wednesday is when I will make it to Oklahoma City. So I arrive in Oklahoma City noon Wednesday, and I need approximately 12 hours to get to the delivery. Let's see here, July 31st at 10 a.m. That's Friday at 10 a.m. So I arrive Wednesday at noon, and I would have to leave Thursday night at some time. And I might actually want to leave much earlier than that, because it's going to be really close on whether I can do 700 miles in a single drive shift. I'm basically going to have to drive 3 to 5 miles over the speed limit all the time to be able to maintain a 70 mile per hour average. It would be very, very, very difficult. I probably need an extra hour just to be safe, which means a 10-hour break. So I need to leave well in advance. So if I take this load, I'm not probably going to be able to take even a full day at my house. I'm going to get there at noon. It's going to take me a couple hours to, park the trailer at the secure lot, get to my house, all that crap. And, it takes a couple hours for me to get back. So I'll just be stopping at my house overnight, basically. And then I will be leaving Thursday around noon. I'll be home for 24 hours or less if I take that load. But if I take that load, then that pretty much gives me a whole week of pay on a single load. That's only 1,800 miles. An 1,800 mile load. Well, actually, with the route that I'm going to be taking, it's like 2,000 miles. 2,000 mile load that has an entire week's pay. A $5,000 week is what my goal is. I'm trying to get $5,000 gross per week. And like that's a $5,000 load. Now, what would I actually make on that load? I'm not going to make $5,000, so it's not going to be like a full awesome week of pay. Let me just copy it over into Excel, and it will do all of the things for me. Let me change OBS over to Excel, and we'll just paste it in right here. All right, so what I would actually make on that load is $3,738.30, and my rate per mile is $2.07. That's how much I would actually make on that. So that's a really solid load, and it will give me a nice big paycheck for next week. Sorry. So that's what I'm probably going to do. I'm just going to have to eat the deadhead getting back down to LA. This is one of those situations where it makes you want to quit a company. Like I would seriously consider quitting USA Truck over this debacle. I understand that they're under contracts and there's not really anything they can do about this. This is Clorox's product. They own what's in this trailer. And I don't know how much it's worth. How much does a bag of charcoal briquettes cost? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I'm curious. I mean, it doesn't matter if what's in the trailer is $5 or $5 million. Kingsford charcoal 16 pound. Go to Target's website. they're the first one that popped up. Sorry, my internet's not the greatest in the truck, so everything loads a little slow. So $9.19 is what they say it is. So $9. You're shopping in Clackamas. So it $9, and there are. Let me see here. The total was $24.96, and they accepted $12.87 minus $12.87 equals $1,209. So there's 1,209 bags left in the trailer times 9. There's about $11,000, $10,881 worth of charcoal in the back of my trailer right now. 11 grand worth of charcoal in the back of my trailer. That's probably why Clorox was being a little, trying to keep the vulgar language down. I was about to use a bad word. That's probably why Clorox used these shady tactics to try to get Stater Brothers to take an entire load, because they're going to pay the same fee based on their contract. Their contract has nothing to do with weight. So if they only put one bag of charcoal in the back, they're still going to pay exactly the same as if they load me all the way to 80,000. So this whole load, like the retail price on these bags of charcoal are $9 a bag. That's not what they're selling it to Stater Brothers for. Stater Brothers is probably paying half of that. So the whole load is worth like 25 grand roughly, retail price. You got to figure Stater Brothers is probably paying 13 or 14,000 for it, and then they're paying me $1,100 or $1,200 to drive it there. So it's costing them 10% of their amount, their profit to get it there. Well, now that's a full trailer. Stater Brothers only ordered half a trailer. So let's say $7,000 is what they were getting paid for that load, and they're paying me $1,200 to move it. That's a lot that they're paying for shipping in comparison to what they're getting for the actual product. So I don't know who's actually paying for the shipping, if it's Stater Brothers or it's Clorox. Clorox is who's paying us, but I'm not sure if they're charging Stater Brothers for it or if it's free shipping to Stater Brothers. I'm not sure how it works on their end. But it's a lot more cost effective to do entire trailer loads for these companies that are under these contracts. So that's probably why they did that crap. Or there was just, a dumbass in shipping and receiving or sales that didn't put something in correctly, and it was just an honest mistake. I don't know. I don't know the answers to these questions. So yeah, the LA load. And I still have nothing. I have no idea when I can unload this. And I don't even know where I'm going to in Tracy. So I'm about to just start driving to Tracy, California. I'm about to start driving that direction. Once I finish this video, I might eat something real quick. And then I'm going to do my pre-trip and start my day and head to Tracy, California. I'm going to fuel. I need to get fuel. Like I'm on the red on E, and I need to. I guess I can do that with you guys here. I need to check fuel prices. I'm going to pull up my email, so let me change the screen over to Excel so that you can't see my email. And let's get the latest price feed from today. Why do I not have a price feed from the 24th? They're supposed to send these damn things out every morning. Let me see. What was last Friday? It was the 17th. I got one on the 17th. Is my email just loading slow or something? Let me check my email on my phone. Yeah. Well, I'm sure the prices didn't change dramatically. Let me scroll all the way down to the bottom of this and open up the... Alright, let's see what it's showing here. Is it showing the right one? No. Let me change the window to the... I have two Excels running. There we go. Alright, for the sake of this, I am just going to... I'm just going to have the California stuff in here. Just to make it easy. Alright, what do I want to sort by? I want to sort by customer price. So the cheapest place is Corning, and then Reading, Livingston, Santa Ana, Ontario. I don't know where those... I think Corning and Reading are both... I know Reading's up north. I think Corning is by Reading. Let's see. Let me check where Corning, California is at. I'm not going to bother switching the video feed. Oh yeah, it's up there, just south of Reading. It's up north of Sacramento. I'm not going that far north. Livingston and Santanella. Livingston. Come on, Livingston, load up. Now, if none of these places are on my route, then Ontario is where I'm already at. Livingston's over on Highway 99, and it is on the way up there, but it's way out of route. Way too far out of route for 10 cents a gallon. And what was the other one? The last one? Livingston and then Santanella. Santanella. All right, Santanella is en route. It is on the way to Tracy. All right, what's the price difference between, is it worth it? So I'm at the TA. The Petro is right across the street. So 282 versus 274. 8 cents a gallon. That'd probably be like, what is that? It's $8 per 100 gallons. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and put in 60 gallons here. No, I need to put in like 100 gallons. You know what? I think I need to fill up. I'll probably hit Santanella on the way back down. Let's see, I'm going to be doing 400 miles to 376 miles. Just to get to Tracy. So let's do 400. Say I get 6 miles per gallon divided by 6 is 66 gallons. 67 gallons, pretty much. So it's going to take me like 67 gallons just to get there. And I might have to idle all weekend. They may not be able to unload me. So I think what I'll do is I'll get enough fuel to idle all weekend. So it's going to take 70 gallons to get there, and then 15 gallons a day to idle. So that's 30 gallons. So 100 gallons just to get there. So what I'll probably do is I'll put in 110 gallons. Is that right? There's no way that's right. 66 gallons to go 400 miles. 400 divided by 7. Oh, no, it's 6, not 7. I'm doing 6 miles per gallon. So 6 times 67. 400. Yeah, that's right. Damn, man. Fuel. There's a lot of fuel. So I'll probably put in like 110 gallons. I could put in over 180 or 190 gallons right now. I am that empty. So I think I'm going to put in 110 gallons. Actually, I think I'm going to put in 120. 120 gallons should be enough to get me there. Idle all weekend. And get me back down to Santanella. And then I can get enough fuel in Santanella to get me all the way to Kingman, Arizona. So that's the plan. I'm probably actually going to do 130 gallons. I just want to play it safe. I don't want to be forced to fuel up because the 100 gallons is just to basically get me there and idle for the weekend. The 10 gallons is a little extra, just in case I burn more fuel than expecting. And then the other 10 gallons, the 120 was just extra precaution. But I also have to drive south to Santanella, which is probably another 10 gallons or more, because it's probably 70, 100. Let's see how far it is. Santanella, California to Tracy, California. It's only 52 miles, so it's not too bad. If I'm getting 5 miles per gallon, then it is 10 gallons. So yeah, I think I'm going to put in 130 gallons here. Just throwing money. Everybody is having me just throw my money all over the place. Yay! Look at him throwing money. Oh my god. Let's look at loads coming out of. Well, let's refresh Tracy real quick. Yeah, there's still nothing picking up this weekend. It either picks up today, which I cannot do, or Monday, which I cannot do. I'm not going to have enough time to get unloaded and then loaded and do a delivery because are any of these even coming down? This one, Santa Fe Springs, might be the LA area, but it's a 70-mile deadhead out of the way. Like, picks up at 7 a.m. Like, my delivery is probably going to be at 8 or 9 a.m., so I'm not going to be able to do that pickup. And it doesn't deliver until the 28th at noon. So, pretty much anything that's not like a 40 or 50-mile run has a day on it. There are very few same-day deliveries that are, 200, 300, 400 miles or more. So let's look at Lacombe, Louisiana. Let's look within 100 miles. Nothing that great. And there's nothing as far out. Like, I deliver on the 31st. This is the only load. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me switch it back over to the browser. This bottom load is the only load that picks up after the 31st, and it's a pretty crap load. $2 a mile to go to New Jersey. I don't want to do that. So let's go 250 miles out, and let's do an advanced search, and let's only do stuff that's over $1,200. And occasionally, in like Mobile, Alabama, there will be a really badass load. Yeah, not really anything that amazing. I mean, there's some stuff to keep you rolling, but there's nothing really that great. All right, I'm going to go ahead and request the LA load, Louisiana. I mean, not LA as in Los Angeles. Um, oh, wow. That load that was paying like, no, there it is. The Redlands to Prescott Valley is still on there. I'm not going to be delayed that long. Hell, I would drive the 400 miles to deliver that and then come back and pick up another load. The only problem is that it picks up 6 p.m. and then delivers at 7 p.m. And the other thing to consider with going east all the way to Louisiana is the time change. I'm going to be losing a couple of hours. That's another reason that I'm not going to be able to stay very long at my house. But I'm going to go ahead and request this Louisiana load, because even if they won't deliver me until Monday morning, I can still make it back here by 11 p.m. to pick the load up. Please review the details of this order and confirm that you would like to select it. Please note that since this is a breakthrough fuel order, we will not know the fuel surcharge until after the time of delivery. So, there we are. So that's it. We're rolling. We're doing the thing. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video, buy some fuel, and get headed to Tracy, California, so that hopefully they can get me unloaded ASAP. I don't know if this place is even open on the damn weekend. I'll be there first thing Monday morning if they're not open till Monday morning, and as soon as they get me unloaded, I'm going to drive back down here, and I might be able to make it back down here with enough time to take a 10 or at least an 8-hour sleeper berth before I pick up my load. And I might have my full hours available, even if I have to drive down here Monday from Tracy. I still might have my full hours available after I get loaded. I can do some creative hours of service stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one. And I'm cautiously optimistic right now because I'm still pissed off about the whole situation. But let's reflect back on this situation. What I was about to do was grab a load going to Salt Lake tomorrow morning, and it delivered. When did it deliver? I think it delivered. Did it deliver Sunday or Monday? I think it delivered Monday. And then I was basically going to deadhead 1,300 miles from Salt Lake to my house. That load paid about $3,000. I was going to make somewhere in the area of $1,800 on that load. And let me change over the spreadsheets here. And now the Louisiana load, I'm going to be making $3,500 on that. Well, $3,700 if you calculate in fuel surcharge. So instead of heading out of LA making $1,800, I'm going to head out of LA making $3,700. I'm just going to be leaving 2 days later. I'm going to be leaving out Monday instead of Saturday. So this isn't going to hurt me too bad. This isn't going to set me back too much, and it's going to get me right through my house. I don't need home time for the sake of home time. I just need to get by my house to take care of a few things. So just stopping by my house overnight is sufficient. I will be looking for a load to get me to my house to do like a week off here pretty soon to relax. But I also still need to get to Stratford, Missouri to get my APU fixed. And before I do an extended period of home time, I would like my APU running so they keep my battery charged. So, yeah, this is still looking. This might actually be better than my previous situation. Even though I'm really pissed off about it, it might actually be better than my previous situation. So, I'm going to go ahead and start going in motion. It is 12:50 in the afternoon here in San Bernardino, Ontario, California. I guess I'm technically in Ontario now. The LA area. So I'm going to go ahead and just get everything rolling on this and start heading to Tracy. And my expectation is that they're not going to unload me until Monday morning. So I'm going to be sitting in Tracy all weekend. We will see. We will see. So I'm going to go ahead and get these balls in motion. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. I'm not as mad now. This video let me vent a little bit. But this is the crap situation. And I'm going to have an almost full week where I'm going to make $3,700. Roughly $900 a day. Let's see, I don't pick up this load, remember, until Tuesday at like 11 p.m. Or it's basically Tuesday. It's Monday at 11 p.m. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then it delivers Friday morning at 10 a.m. So you have pretty much all of Monday and the majority of Friday. So this is like a 3.5 day. Let's call it a 3.5 day load. This is using 3.5 days. So this is like half a week. And I'm going to be making $3,700. And I'm going to be swinging by my house for a day. On that 3.5 days that I'm on this load, 1 day of that is going to be hanging out at my house. So really, it's 2.5 days of driving with an extra day of allowance for driving. I'm going to be hanging out at my house. So if I were able to get a load before this one and after this one, which actually, this Tracy load, if it doesn't deliver until Monday, that's going to be another $1,000 on this paycheck. So that'll bump my paycheck up from $3,700 to $4,700 because it's not $1,000 because I'm not going all the way to Oregon. They're only paying me $500 to go to Tracy. So it'll be like $300 that I'll get out of this check to go up to Tracy. So that'll bump it up to $4,000. And then if I'm able to get another load Friday that delivers Saturday, then that could potentially be another $1,000 if it's a decent paying load, or maybe $500. So this is going to be a $4,000 a week, roughly, maybe upwards of $5,000 a week. And there's considerable amount of downtime on it. So it's, I don't know. I hate doing theoreticals. Like, don't make a decision on becoming an owner-operator or leasing with USA Truck based on theoretical, like, guesstimate bullshit. Wait until I get real settlements with real weeks, where I've, like, run all damn week for multiple weeks, to make decisions on. And I hope that happens at some point in the future. Like, I have so many breakdown issues, and like I've had so many issues since I become an owner-operator. It's crazy. So many issues. But anyway, go ahead and end the video there. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.